Good morning and happy Sunday. How are we? It is Sunday the 9th of May, 2 days before my birthday. That's how I know. And so, just going to talk about a question I had. Any tips on not completely falling off the bandwagon when going on holiday? And I say this from a, I guess, grateful point of view in that we're actually having this discussion anyway, because who'd have known where we'd be in January, whether we could go on holiday or not, whether we'd even be talking about holidays. Morning, Tracy. Hope you had a lovely birthday. So talking about not completely falling off the bandwagon, and this is an interesting question because it says not completely falling off the bandwagon, and I guess from this you've got to take a few things which I'll go into about this being an all or nothing thing, like why you're doing this. Let's face it, like we do this sometimes to actually be able to do more things when we're family, friends. When we go on holidays, days out, we can say yes to more things because we're less breathless, we have less joint aches or whatever it is. Morning, Jane, how are we doing? Give me a hello if you're coming in. If you're on replay, let me know. So, holidays. It's funny how they can cause so much stress and worry in people when actually these are like I said, the reasons why sometimes we do it. Anyway, so I'm going to go over a few things and then any questions let me know on this, because I know a lot of people get kind of stuck. And first thing I'll say is actually, if you're waiting for the perfect time to start, you've probably got it the wrong way round, because there's always going to be holidays, there's always going to be weddings, social events, etc. Last year was a very much a weird year, but we are where we are now, and I know some of the ladies on the Kickstart program are actually going on holiday on the green zone very soon. So not only are we talking about, I want to get my confidence back, I want to feel more confident, comfortable on holiday, and I said this before, like some people feel like that's a vain thing to say, but I think we've got to do what makes us happy. And actually, if you feel better wearing certain clothes, being able to do more things, then that's good on you. And I don't think we should feel pressured feel guilty about saying that sometimes. So anyway, I digress. Morning, Cheryl. Morning, Karen. So number one would be to go and explore more. Like, I'm doing this video right now and I'm walking. I could easily be sat at a desk, and I know a lot of times I am just sat at a desk, but the amount of more steps I get in and the amount of more rambling I do when I go for a walk actually adds up quite a lot. And my point in this is, when you're away, holiday, go explore on feet as much as you can. I know like city breaks are going to not really be too around at the moment, but long walks and I imagine being outside, especially right now, is a key thing. I remember when we went on our honeymoon years ago, and I'm still married now, actually, if you're wondering. How, really? Anyway, so we wouldn't have seen such nice places if we wouldn't have walked a bit more, gone on like a bike tour. Like you just skip that stuff, like all the little routes that you do. And the result of that is that we actually got to see new places. We kept a bit more active when we were there, which, holiday's not about necessarily for everyone being more active or anything. But remember, the question was not completely fall off the bandwagon. And if you're like me, I feel better when I exercise. I can't just, if I just sit still all day, I get bored. I like it for about an hour max. Having 2 kids means you can't anyway. So, but that's before kids. So, also go kind of with your meals. I like to go big, but less often. Especially if you're doing stuff in the day, traditionally you might have a bigger breakfast, then a bigger evening meal, and almost in the day just kind of not really have too much. And that just allows me to enjoy the foods more that I want at those times. But then in the day, I'm just kind of maybe have a bit of a snack. If not, just go with it and just go big but less often with the food. And like I said, that just gives you a bit more flexibility at the meals, and without really even noticing that you've actually just kind of skipped that snacking and meal times. Because I will say, a lot of people actually find it easier when they're away because they're sometimes busier. Depends on the type of holiday, of course, but some people actually find it a lot easier. They'll snack less. Depending if you get warmer weather, people tend to eat more salads and stuff. And then we're worrying about something that is like a week, let's face it. So, other things, really simple. Focus on company, not just food. There's more to a holiday than the food. Obviously, the food is an important part, depending on where you're going, the culture. And make sure you don't miss out, on what you want to do. Whether that is aligning your actions with your goals, because, let's face it, if you've got a certain goal that's beyond that holiday and you're with people who don't have the same goal as you, you can't expect them to act how you're acting. But likewise, you can't get frustrated if you want to do something different to them. We spend our whole life saying that we're unique and different, but then we get annoyed when people say or do things different to us. That's a deeper reason than that, but it's a tangent of walking in the forest. Anyway, so you've got to do what makes you happy. That's always the key thing, and I say that a lot. Not peer pressure, just do what you really want to do. And of course, if that means having a mojito by the pool, which seems a mile off right now, or having an ice cream, whatever, having meals out, do that. And just know that if you're on holiday, make that choice that you want to make at that time. So, other key thing that's really important here for me is to just remember that you may have a few meals out, days out, holidays, social events. These all kind of come in the same bracket. And you don't have to go to town on all of them if you don't want to. You can pick certain ones where you're like, yeah, I'm going to be more flexible then. And actually, let's not take this whole thing really seriously, because when we talk about health, there's many factors that go into it rather than just your weight. It's also the psychosocial benefits, like socializing is very healthy. And how do we know that? Well, if you look at what's happened in terms of mental health with lockdowns, etc., we know that socializing is really important. Talking, meeting friends, family. So if you're restraining from doing those things because of worried about what you eat, you've got to consider what's healthier. And just because you go out for a meal, it doesn't mean you've messed up at all. And actually sometimes that's where at least for a short period of time, having an awareness of the nutritional information around eating out and meals, and we're actually putting a guide together at the moment, can actually be quite educational to say that, I've been for a meal out, but it was actually fine. But normally, because I thought a meal out was bad, I'd have gone, sod it, I've messed up now. And then all of a sudden, we've messed up the weekend and the week's bad, then we struggle to get back on it. Because like I said yesterday, if you missed that one, I talked about how when we quote unquote mess up, we then go into this space of almost undervaluing the things that we once did to get where we are now as not being worth it, or there's no point doing them. Whether it's a 10-minute workout, a 1-minute workout, drinking a bit more water, they won't do anything anymore, I've been doing more than that. But actually they're the things that got you to where you are now. When we undervalue them and do nothing, we then do nothing. And like I said yesterday, doing 50% of something is better than doing 100% of nothing. So, I hope that helps with that. And yeah, get exploring, get out, eat big, but less often. But ultimately, make the choice that you want to make. It's 1 week. And, you can always, at the same time, I will say that, you can always say it's 1 day, it's 1 week, and before you know it, it's half a year. So you've got to really get clear on what's important to you at the time, and know that whatever decision you make the choice that makes you happy, but at the same time, make the choice that you are happy with and that align with your goals, because when your actions align with your goals, you're not missing out. You're going to miss out on something, whether it's your goal, whether it's a meal, whether it's whatever, but know that it's not forever, nothing's permanent. So it might just be that it slows down your progress a little bit. For me, sometimes that's worth it, sometimes it's not. It depends where I am and what's most important to me right now. And, even at the meals, if you're having a buffet, if you're having meals out, if you really want to subconsciously make better choices, stock up with the protein, stock up with veggies. They're going to keep you more full. Then, then after that, you're probably going to be in more tune with your hunger. Things like that can drastically, subconsciously reduce people's food intake if they wanted to. Would I do that on holiday? Yeah, because I enjoy protein-rich foods. I enjoy salads, vegetables anyway. So, but that doesn't mean I won't have something that is a bit less, a bit out there, a bit different, depending on where I am. If you're in, it seems ages ago now, but if you're in like Italy, having some gelato ice cream from like a local little shop, like, come on, you got to kind of do that. So, but again, it's down to you. So anyway, I will head off now. Have a lovely Sunday. Any questions, let me know, and I'll see you soon. Take care.